When it comes to internal doors, we don't usually think there's a lot to consider, but in actual fact, there is a lot to think about. From the finishes, the size, the color, the material, and the preparations that you'd have to make before actually sourcing the door. So enough from me. Today, we're going to talk with Kurt from Deckor, who's going to fill us in on all these important things that we need to know. So that's what we're going to be talking about on this episode of The House Hack.
I'm Justine from Lily Helena, and I'm an interior designer. A while ago, I realized that my clients were finding it hard navigating through the local market and making choices for their new homes. So that's why I created The House Hack, a series of videos curated around the typical home buyer, helping you save money, make more educated choices when purchasing your hefty investments, and ultimately, enjoy in turning your house into a home.
Hi Kurt, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hi, Justine.
So you've created this beautiful display of different finishings. Do you want to just run me through maybe step by step what we're going to talk about? So shall we discuss maybe finishes first?
Yes, sure.
Okay, super. Let's start with that. So what are the finishes that are used when it comes to doors?
So, with regards to doors, mostly the finishes that are used are either laminate, which are the most frequently used because they're the most budget friendly.
Okay, so laminate, most affordable, but with quality still there, right?
Yes, still there. Obviously, it depends on the type of laminate that you go for.
Okay.
Because there's the starting range laminate,
Okay.
and then there's the more hard-wearing laminate.
Okay.
With, for example, CPL, which is a more durable laminate. It can withstand more scratches and these kind of stuff.
Okay, so it could be more durable, but also more affordable than maybe another finish.
Exactly.
So maybe ideal for rentals, let's say?
Exactly.
Okay, super.
Exactly.
So that's the laminates.
That's the laminates.
What's next?
And then we have the veneers, which are the finishes. As a thinly sliced, a very thinly sliced wood that is really the natural thing, whereas the laminate is the artificial thing.
Okay, so this is basically a veneer which is top quality and represents, you know, the way that the grain of the wood is and the different tones of wood.
That's the primest cut of the wood.
Okay, and it would always be in a wood finish, the veneer.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's the natural wood and then it's stained differently.
Is it as durable or more durable, would you say?
It is durable, not as scratch resistant as the laminate.
Okay.
Because obviously the laminate is man-made, so the qualities can be a bit better. But it's still up there.
If you're looking for a natural kind of finish, this is the one to go for.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, and what do we have next?
Then we have, I would say, the most popular one at the moment, which is the lacquered, the sprayed finish.
Okay, so just explain to me the lacquered finish. So what is the structure? Is it all the same structure, whether it's veneer, laminate, or...
All the same structure can be applied, yes.
Okay.
It all depends on the type of door that you go for.
Okay.
So, meaning that if it's a flush door, that the door is constructed in one piece, then all of them can have the same finish. It can be the same door can have a laminate finish, a veneered finish, a lacquered finish.
Okay.
It all depends on the type of door.
Okay, so going back to the lacquer finishes, what would you say are the properties of lacquer and why would somebody opt for this?
Mostly aesthetics, because it's very easy to combine stuff with. Meaning that, for example, with flooring, if it's ceramic, it's quite a busy tile, or if it's a wooden tile, it's quite busy. So, aesthetically, a lacquered finish, a solid color, would help you with combinations.
So, from a design point of view, from an aesthetic point of view, you would go maybe if you're looking for a more minimal look, depending on the kind of finishes you have already at your home. This might be the thing that works for you. In terms of pros, cons, like properties, do we have any?
Yes, the door can be refinished after a number of years, so it can be resprayed when it's lacquered, whereas if it's veneered or laminated, it cannot.
Okay, and you might need to respray it because of damages, maybe scratches.
Exactly.
Okay.
With that being said, the lacquered doors, the sprayed doors, are water-based. The lacquered is water-based, and it has a very good scratch resistance as well.
Okay, brilliant. Let's move on to the structure of the actual door.
Okay.
What can you tell me about that?
So the structure of the actual door actually depends on the type of door.
Okay.
as I've said earlier, one structure that we really like to use is the honeycomb.
Okay.
The honeycomb structure, which means that the door is made, the perimeter of the door leaf is made from solid wood, and the core part of the door is made from honeycomb. Honeycomb is kind of a craft paper, which is in a honeycomb pattern,
it's very
which means that the door is very strong. It has very good strength properties.
Okay.
But it doesn't have a lot of weight on it.
So this, you won't have any problems with this kind
It
of
removes
structure.
the unnecessary weight that you really don't need in a door.
Okay, super.
very
And is that another one?
Yes, this is a chipboard filling. This is practically has the same perimeter, which is still made from solid wood.
Okay.
And then the core of the door is made from chipboard, perforated chipboard, which
Okay.
means perforated means these circles that
Yeah.
are kind of drilled in it.
Okay.
This is more used for acoustic insulation.
Okay, all right. So when would you use this door opposed to the honeycomb one?
Mostly when the client wants more to have acoustic insulation.
Okay, so that's really the main property of this one.
Mostly that. We
Okay.
also use it when it comes to main doors, apartment main doors.
Okay.
Because obviously it's a bit more solid than that. We don't
Okay.
use the honeycomb for apartment main doors
Okay.
because we have to drill into it to
Okay.
install the pull handle from the outside,
Okay.
etc. And it also has a bit more.
And it absorbs sound way better than
Exactly.
this. So this is great for a main door of an apartment. And also
Exactly.
maybe you've got like a cinema room in your home or something like that. So it will
Exactly.
absorb all the sounds. So there'll be little sound coming out of the actual
Exactly.
room. That's
Exactly.
perfect. That's great. Shall we just move on quickly to the handles and then move on to look at the doors?
Yes, sure.
Okay, so tell me about these handles.
So we have quite a variety of finishes here. We have stainless steel. We have matte chrome. We have brushed gold. We have polished gold. We have black, and we have white.
Okay. such a
The
lot.
colors are, from a technical side, the colors are made from chrome, and then they're powder coated.
Okay, so the black is powder coated
Yes.
as well. Okay, all right. And these are obviously the different types of shapes as well that you've got. Some of them are a bit more minimal.
Exactly,
Some of them
exactly.
might be a little bit more classical. Okay, I'm really excited to go look at the doors. Shall we go look?
Yes, of
All
course.
right. So considering what we spoke about earlier, could you just let me know how this door is made?
Yes. Basically, the perimeter of the door leaf, so this part right here, 5 centimeters thickness, is made from finger joint pine wood, which is solid wood.
Okay.
The core of the door is honeycomb.
This is honeycomb.
Yes,
okay.
the material that I explained earlier that is
Right.
really lightweight.
Okay.
Then there is a 4 millimeter, without being too technical, I'd like to say that there's a 4 millimeter sheet, which the engraving is made on,
Okay.
and then it's sprayed.
Okay, speaking about the aesthetics, you mentioned the engraving. Do your doors come in different types of engraving?
Yes.
Almost customizable?
Yes,
say?
there are a lot of different engravings.
Okay,
that
so if a
can be
client saw a
made.
picture and they wanted that specific engraving, you guys should do it.
Yes, obviously it depends on the limitations of our suppliers.
Okay, and what about the colors? So you've got your standard colors. What about if they had a client had a color that they wanted?
Yes, we can do that as well.
Okay, what would
So
they need to provide you with?
They just need to give us the RAL code,
Okay,
or we can also help them choosing a RAL code, which is a specific number
Okay.
from a number of colors that there
Okay.
are, and we can spray it in that finish.
fantastic.
That's an advantage of having a spray door as well.
That you can have like any kind of color
Exactly.
that you want.
Whereas with regards to wooden doors, you're limited to our finishes.
Exactly. Okay. And I want to ask you as well about the sizes of doors, like
Okay.
standard heights, standard widths.
Okay, so this is an 80 centimeter door by 210, which is the standard size that we normally find in Malta.
Okay.
However, with that being said, we find a lot of different sizes. And depending on the model and the type of door, the door can be made in a different size.
Do you have a limitation on the height?
The doors can be up to 250 in height.
Up to 250, okay.
Yes.
And in width, I mean, you even find maybe 70, right?
Yes, we have 70, 80. We have intervals of 5 centimeters.
Okay.
So 70, 75, 80,
Okay,
85.
good to know. What else can you tell me about this door? Is there anything special? I've noticed that I can't see the hinges.
Yes, this specific door has hidden hinges. In most collections, it comes as standard, whereas normally it's an upgrade.
Okay.
But with these doors, it comes as a standard, which
okay.
is a hidden hinges, which the door has 3 hidden hinges
Okay.
and a magnetic lock, which means that when the door locks, it kind of closes on its own.
Okay.
The magnet comes out and it closes on
And
its
it's
own.
closed.
Exactly.
What can you tell me about this door, Kurt?
So again, this is a lacquer door. The difference that it has from the other door is that this is what we call a door with a reverse opening mechanism.
Okay, what does that mean?
So this means that practically the door has the same in-depth as a normal door that opens into the room.
Okay.
However, it opens outwards.
Okay, wow, all right. Can we see?
Yes, of course, you can open it.
Oh yeah, instinctively I want to go that way.
Exactly. Exactly, but
Okay,
it opens
actually
outwards.
opens this way, okay. When would this be used?
It's mostly used where there are rooms that are very limited with space. For example, a box room, a laundry room, an ensuite,
Very interesting.
where you'd like to have the same aesthetic look.
Okay.
For example, in a corridor, all the doors can look the same, but they can open differently.
This is a pivot door. Can you tell me about them?
It's a pivot door, as you've said. It can open in both directions, and you can either pull it or push it. It can also open from the left-hand side as well.
Okay, depends where you put the handle.
Exactly,
All right,
exactly.
okay.
It saves a lot of space because, as you can see, it doesn't really take a lot of space inside the room.
Because half of it is on the outside.
Half inside and half outside. Exactly.
Yeah.
And it's also, in my opinion, a really fancy door because it's very nice to look at.
Exactly, it's so different. I mean, they use them a lot as well for like big main doors, but I
Exactly.
think that those are installed differently. I love the way that this is installed without actually bolting anything to the floor.
Exactly.
So there's no preparation
No
for this at
preparation
all.
is needed, no.
A door that is becoming really popular in recent years is the flush door. Due to its minimal qualities, it's often being used to create a secret door by seamlessly integrating with the wall finish of your choice. This way, the opening is completely concealed. Another favorite is the French door. Known for its glass panels, this door is perfect for those whose homes are designed in a more classic style. We can update them with opaque or clear glass, different finishes, and different amount of panels depending on the taste of the client. Bifolding doors are super when there is a lot of space. They also come in any finish and are lockable. Potted doors are doors that slide into the wall. The mechanism must be planned for prior to the installation of the wall. Potted doors are often used for pantries and en-suites, but are actually suitable for any application. Here we've got a sliding door.
Yes.
So the finish, does it come in all the other finishes that the other doors have?
Yes, it does. This in particular is HPL and it's concrete.
Okay, a concrete finish. I've noticed as well that obviously the handle is different, but that's because of the,
Yes, exactly.
the way
Because
it
a
moves.
sliding door requires a different handle.
Exactly. And I've noticed that at the edges, it's got a different material. Can you tell me about this?
Yes, this in particular is an aluminium edge.
Okay.
It can also come in different colors, different finishes, for example, in stainless steel.
Okay.
And it can also come in wood.
Okay. And what is the difference between those materials? It's just aesthetic, basically. There's no
It's
other
aesthetic.
functional. Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So,
Aesthetic and practicality, because an aluminium edge is a bit more hard wearing.
all right. And when it comes to sizes, heights, widths, what are we looking at again?
Exactly the same,
Okay.
but we have a bit more height.
Okay, we can go higher than maybe the
Yes,
other
we can
doors.
go up to 270.
Okay.
in
So
height.
what width is needed for this sliding door to be able to function?
So if the opening that you have is, for example, 80 centimeters, we would need 160.
Okay.
So always the width times 2.
Times 2. Obviously, the way it's demonstrated over here, we've got a wall on both sides, but basically there'll be the opening on where the door is, and then it
Exactly.
slides onto a wall.
Exactly.
Okay, so
Exactly.
the mechanism here that we've got is this over here. How does
Exactly.
this work? Is this just bolted into the wall?
It's bolted into the wall. It's very important that when the top part is made from gypsum or the partition is made from gypsum, that there is an additional support in wood.
Reinforcement.
Exactly, there's reinforcement in wood because we mount directly to the top part.
So the preparation has to be there from before. So if they've got a
Exactly.
gypsum wall, they need to make sure if they're thinking of doing a sliding door, hey, we need to reinforce that part
Exactly.
so that it won't kind of topple over or break.
The clients basically have to tell the person that's going to do their gypsum works that they're going to do a sliding door. That should be enough.
Well, thank you so much for your time. We've covered so many doors.
Thank you.
I hope my viewers get everything that they needed from this video. I'm sure they will. We've covered such a lot.
Let's hope so.
Thank you for you guys for watching. And that's another episode of The House Hack.